So, does keto ever not work? Let's discuss this subject. Keto is a tool. It's a solution to a problem, okay? The question is, what is the problem? What problem are you trying to solve? Are you trying to use keto to help your brain? Are you trying to use keto for inflammation, or are you trying to lose weight? Let's focus on weight loss with this video. And instead of focusing on the solution, let's dive more into the problem. Let's define the problem. What is the problem? Well, you're overweight. But what's causing this overweight problem? Is there more than one thing that causes someone to be overweight? Yes, but the most common cause is high insulin, in which case keto will help you. Let's say you have a slow metabolism, right? Well, there could be other reasons why you have a slow metabolism, a combination of, let's say you're postmenopausal, you're getting older, let's say you have a thyroid issue. Let's say that you spend your whole life dieting and your metabolism is just very, very slow. Yet you're doing keto. You're doing 3 keto meals, you're doing keto snacks in between the meals. Is it going to work? Probably not. Why? Because you need to also add intermittent fasting, okay? Because your metabolism is very, very slow. So keto will work, but you're going to have to add something else. But you definitely want to do keto because if you were to do a high carb diet with intermittent fasting, that might not work simply because insulin is at the root of the problem, and insulin will determine whether you're going to lose weight or not depending on if it's high or low. If it's high, you're not going to lose weight. If it's low, the chances are you may lose weight, but depending on your metabolism, you may need to add some other things like intermittent fasting. But let's say you're doing keto and it's not working because your stress is too high. You have high cortisol. You had a huge injury, surgery, trauma, major loss, okay? Loss of a loved one. That high cortisol can literally block the effectiveness of keto. So you might need to do keto plus something to address this right here. I have a lot of videos on cortisol. I put a link down below, but you're going to have to add some other things to keto. Next one, high estrogen. Let's say you just got pregnant and you gained a lot of weight and your estrogen went up, and from that point on, you just could not lose weight because you have high estrogen. Is keto going to fix high estrogen? Well, it may help, but you might need to do something to counter this high estrogen level. And this is why the information I have on body types can come into play, because I talk about what to do for high estrogen, what to do for high cortisol. All right, next point is if your thyroid is a problem. That's going to not only affect your metabolism, but 90% of hypothyroid cases are autoimmune, it's Hashimoto's. So in that case, you might need to have to work on your gut because that's where the autoimmune cases originate, okay? I don't want to get into the woods too deeply on that, but I put some links down below for more information. Antibiotics could be another source of why people gain weight. Farmers fatten their cattle by putting them on antibiotics. If you had an antibiotic, you may find if you don't replace the good bacteria, you may have a very difficult time losing weight despite going on keto. Now, let's say, for example, you have SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. You might need to alter the type of ketogenic diet you do and do more of a carnivore for a couple months, which is a slight version of keto. You're still in keto, but you may not be able to deal with all the vegetables that are creating irritation in your gut. Next one is a lack of exercise. You have to realize that exercise has a very, very small effect on weight loss. It's like 15% of your weight loss success. 85% is going to be the ketogenic diet with intermittent fasting. So I think exercise does have a place and you should add it into the mix, but realize that exercise alone is not going to solve your problem, because if you're on a high carb diet and you're exercising, you're not going to be that successful. You might lose a little bit of weight, but then you're going to plateau. All right, what if you have a liver problem where you have ascites, where you have this fluid-filled gut? Well, it might appear to be that it's fat, and there might be some fat in the liver, but you've gone past the fatty liver. Chances are you have cirrhosis now in the liver, and the liver is so damaged that it's leaking fluid into a sac around the gut. Is keto going to help that? It's definitely going to help that, but you're going to have to also do some things for the liver to help repair the liver, to help get that fluid out. And you're going to have to probably eat foods high in potassium to push that fluid out. So we do want to recognize this keto as being a powerful solution, but you might need to tweak that plan and add additional things as a solution. But then the next question is this. If you have the right solution to the right problem, is it being applied correctly, if at all? I can't tell you how many people that I've run into that do sort of keto. They're not consistently doing keto. They're cheating along the way. They might every other day have a cheat day. Well, then it's not going to work. So when people say that keto's not working, I always try to find out, are you actually applying it correctly? Because they might be doing sort of keto or maybe dirty keto with any ingredients from a fast food restaurant, but they're not applying the ketogenic diet that I would recommend, which is the healthy version of the ketogenic diet. But with more and more people gaining weight, like 71% of adults being overweight in the US and 39.8% of them actually obese, I think keto is going to become more and more popular, but you might need to tweak the plan, but then you also need to apply it correctly. All right, thanks for watching. Hey, before you go, if you're benefiting from any of my content, I would love to hear about your success story. Please share it in the link down below.